Hi all, welcome to Night Rips and another opening of Top Stadium Club. This time it will be another box of 1995 Series 1. Still got to get myself some Series 2 and obviously some high number series, but I haven't finished Series 1 yet, so that's what, whenever I had a chance to get some more of this, I actually, went ahead and won the auction. Will probably be the last box I open because I didn't have too much more to go. So let's see, pull 6 packs as usual and see what we can get. Assuming I can get the cellophane off of it. So as we've talked about before, Stadium Club back in the day, in the early 90s, was not small sets. It's not as big as the original, the 92, which was the largest set ever, but this one actually was 600 and I want to say it's 630 cards. Yes, I'm right. 630 cards. Series 1 being the first 270, and then the next 225, and I think it's 135 for the 135 for the final high number series. But this was when Stadium Club was actually starting to get interesting, because this is the one that they actually started putting inserts, and they started putting prizes, we'll call it that. In this case, there was actually phone cards that you could actually get 3 minutes of long distance, and those will be one per case, or one per box. In each one of these packs, there should be a virtual reality card. Also, one per box, you'll see ringleaders, clear-cut finest, and super skills. So let's see what we get. And obviously, there's talking about the ringleaders game. This is actually the chance of winning a phone card. And a phone card, you could get a replica ring. Of course, that has expired a long time ago. It's just like the long distance use, which was a thing back in the day. This was 1995. Those are all expired too. They expired, I want to say, since this is 95, I think they expired the beginning of 96. 96 or 97, I forget which. Let's go ahead and open this up and see what we get. Again, a lot of base cards. These are nice cards. As you can see, they are a little bit different than some of the Stadium Club afterwards, but you'll still see, the logos are real similar. Definitely a lot of gold. And of course, once I get them to not stick, because these are glossy cards, which tend to stick a little bit more. Sorry about this. You'll see the backs are actually pretty nice, giving the stats in a little bit different way. Now, what's kind of neat about these cards, and when we pull one, I'll show it, was, as you can remember, 1995 was the year after the strike. Oh, we actually got our first. I'll go back this way first, because we've actually got our first hit in this. But 95 was the year after the strike. So what they ended up doing was, and I think this might be the card. No, that's Craig Biggio. What they ended up doing is they created what's known as VR cards. And what a VR card is they were making the assumption that if somebody played for the entire year in 1994, what would have been their stats? It's real similar to what happened this year with 2021, since 2020 was another one of those years that didn't play the entire year. And these cards are sticking a little bit. Ooh. Yeah, since you didn't play the entire... Oh, look at the damage that card has. Lee Tinsley, well, you took it pretty hard. So did Deion Sanders. But unfortunately, this similar happens with the 2021. It's just part of the problem when you have really shiny cards like this. But since people didn't play the entire year 2020, they created these VR cards, which was modeled just like this year, to come up with what would have been stats if people played the entire year. There's Barry Larkin, best seats in the house card. It's another insert. Of course, it's an insert that's a base card still. Put that to the side. We have a prospect card. This prospect was a year after. Oh, I'll put that in the back. Prospect was a year after, or 95 was a year after. 1994, they actually created a prospect set. Lasted 1 year because prospects are a little bit different. There's a league leader, Bob Wickman. And here's that VR card that I mentioned. This time it's Jim Abbott. And what they show is that given if Jim Abbott would have played the entire year, this would have been what they thought his numbers would have been. If you're actually looking along the bottom here, would have been what, instead of 14 wins, which is what he got, the expectation is he would have hit 23 wins. So it's a neat concept. And again, I like it they did it this year because this was a year that, or last year was a year that wasn't. But we did get something in this one. Oh, this is kind of cool. We got this is a phone card. So if you look on the back, and of course it doesn't really matter. I could scratch that off. It's not like you could use it because, it expired 1/1/96. But you could get 3 units of long distance. But what the neat thing about this is that it actually, there's 13 of these. It shows what the ring looks like from the 1980 All-Star game. This one was in Dodger Stadium back in July 8th of 1980. So that's pretty cool. All right, so that was interesting. I'll put the VR card to the side here. Again, we should be getting a VR card per pack. We did open one box of this where we didn't, where it was like one every 3 packs. And that one actually didn't have any phone cards in it either. So that was a misprint box, obviously. And it happens every once in a while. But since these packs are so old, it's not like I could complain. We got something here. Actually, I think I know what that is. So let's see what we got. And I'm just going to run through these base cards pretty, other than trying to pull them apart. There's Ricky Bones. Pulling apart of these cards is sometimes a little bit tough. They've been sitting together for so many years. There's Eduardo Perez. Sometimes you don't know if it's just part of the print or if it's actually some of the cards that come off. There's Ozzie Gillian. Let's see, some very nice cards. That's what I've always liked about Stadium Club. And part of the reason why my grill is to get them all is because I do like this set so much. It looks like it's these middle cards. I see those are damaged too. It's unfortunate, but again, these cards have been sitting together for, say, this is 94, so 20 some years. It's Andre Drelson with the Red Sox. We got a Cal Ripken Jr. special card here. Let's see what insert this is from. So this would be the Cause and Effect, which is one of the other inserts or subsets, because these are still, if you can look, they are still part of the base set. So they're not really insert sets. The phone cards are, and there is a couple that are inserts, but most of these are just subsets within the base set itself. Oops. Pains me when I have to peel them apart like that. There's a prospect, Paul Canacro. I can never pronounce his last name. And of course, there's Dennis Eckersley, back when he's still with the Athletics. And then this was the one I was thinking, this is one of those club membership cards where you could join the membership and actually get cards that didn't come in the base set. And of course, here's the VR card. This time it's Steve Finley. And looking back at his stuff, so Steve Finley was definitely a power hitter. And so he had hit 16 home runs just in that short season in 94. but he had been projected to hit 61, which, as we all know, is a phenomenal number. But it was not a phenomenal number in the mid-90s because everybody was hitting them that long, or that many of them, simply because of the whole PEDS thing. Pack decided to totally destroy on me. That's okay, because all we care about is what's inside. There's David Segway. There's Larry Walker holding a hockey stick. Of course, Larry Walker, the new inductee to the Hall of Fame. Of course, not with the Expos, but with the Diamondbacks. No, excuse me, the Rockies. Larry, if you're watching, I apologize. Here's a debut card. This time is be William Van Landingham. And you can almost, it looks like it was 5/21/96 his debut. That's pretty cool. There's Sean Dustin. And it looks like they stick about the same spot almost every time. And they really stick whenever it's face-to-face. It's Roberto Alomar with the Blue Jays. And this is that case where it's face-to-face. Come on. Every time, unfortunately, it's going to damage them. But fortunate thing is that they're still not worth a ton. I'm obviously doing it to get my collection. It's Andre Dawson. There's a very young David Wells. So I had to just go through and see what cards can be salvaged, unfortunately. There's Cade Gasper, draft pick. Such a painful sound. Charlie Hayes. And here's a Frank Thomas, Cause and Effect, which I actually have quite a few of these. For whatever reason, it's almost like they almost put one in every pack. But and then, of course, this is, the virtual reality set is virtual reality. They're not part of the base set. They are a different 135 cards. Now, they are the same card. If you compare, like, Mike Stanley's base card to this one, the front looks exactly the same. The backs are going to be a different number. And obviously, the back's going to actually talk about the VR. So there's our third one. So it looks like we're going to get one in every pack with this one, which is good. So the inner plastic is just coming apart from the outer foil. So Hippolito Pichardo. Let's see, Derek Bell. Actually, this was probably a good one. I'm noticing that the VR card's right next to those. This is a case where, if you see, here's Derek Bell's VR card, and here's Derek Bell's base card. And they look exactly the same, minus the virtual reality logo. And if you actually look on the back, even though the back picture is exactly the same, it's really the stats. So in this case would be his base, or his VR card, this case being his base card. So interesting, very interesting concept. And you'll never know how good the predictions were, because that's all they were a prediction. There's another club membership card. All right, so there's Roberto Alomar's brother, Sandy Alomar. Andy Von Slyke. There's John Valentine. There's Pudge. Of course, now we're starting to get close to the, yep, found to the sticky one. That one wasn't too bad. A little bit of damage to this one. Edge is a little rough, but Eric Hansen. It's Manny Ramirez. We have a Mark Ferris draft card. Of course, most of these draft cards, you know, not very many of them panned out, unfortunately, for them. Andy Ashby, and of course, we have Ramon Castro, who actually did play 13 years in the bigs. There's really only a few prospect cards that really did anything, at least in this year. With Barry Larkin. Interesting sliding throw there. A league leader, Jack McDowell. Todd Hundley. Darren Jackson. And Gary Sheffield, he's with the Florida Marlins. And Chili Davis. Of course, that's not Chili Davis. This Chili was stuck to him. There's Chili Davis. Scott Livingston. Another Ozzie Guillen, which he's stuck face to face to who? Manny Ramirez. And the good news is I do have quite a few of this set, so it's not killing me that some of them are stuck together. It's the best seat in the house. Would this be? That would be Joe Carter, it looks like. Is it? Yeah. They're at the Sky Dome. They're in Toronto. Toronto. This looks, what is this? This is stuck to something. Oh, it's a statistical extreme for Carlos Bayerga. So another one of the, again, not an insert, it's a subset. Again, it's part of the base set, but it is a special insert. There's Chris Holes, another VR checklist, and we have Midry Cummings VR. Another slugger. Of course, he had hit 3 home runs and was projected to hit 61. So I guess he was going to pick it up at the end of the year. Last pack. Bill Gulkerson. And Hal Norris. And then I'll flip it over. Derek May, whatever it was. In the mid-90s, it was always about the sunglasses. There's Todd Van Poppel. Andy Bennis. Will Clark. He was still with the Giants. Oh, no, actually, he had gone to the Rangers by this point. Darren Fletcher. Okay, he's still holding them back to see when I'm going to find that stuck card. And I think I'm probably here. It's probably Roberto Alomar. And it is. Yeah. I think they wouldn't put him that way, because look at the damage it does to him. And Todd Worrell. John Roper. We have a Mark Grace at Wrigley. Best seat in the house. There he is. Here's another draft choice. This would be Kevin Witt. I can't tell if that's a damage or what. I think that's actually damage. I have most of those cards already too. Bob Tewksbury. We have our club membership, and for our last VR card, we have Gary Guy 80. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we have. So we did get one of the statistical extremes, and this one would be Carlos Bayerga. They're with the Indians. We did get one of these. This is just a special. I like to pull these out because these are the debut cards. It's kind of like the rookie cards in this set, but there's no rookie club in these, at least not at this point. So this would be William Van Landingham, who debuted May 21st, 1996. Or is that 94? That'd be 94 because this is a 95 pack. Go figure. Be funny to debut a year after the pack. We got, actually, we have more than one best seat in the house. I put down Barry Larkin. I actually mixed the other ones in. I'm not going to go looking for them, but we have Mark Grace. Forget who the other one was. We did pull two of the cause and effects. We have Cal Ripken, or now Cal Ripken Jr., so you'll see everything. And of course, the big hurt, Frank Thomas. So Iron Horse. And of course, I have some more technical difficulties, which is good because I get a new camera tomorrow. But just to finish this up, we did pull some prospects. I actually think, yeah, I started mixing them in a little bit. So we pulled Kevin Witt, Ramon Castro, Mark Ferris, Cade Gasper, Paul Canerco, and Doug Million. We did pull our 6 VR cards. Gary Gaetti, Midri Cummings, Derek Bell, Mike Stanley, Steve Finley, and Jim Abbott. Great players there. I did, as I was trying to mix those up, I did find that Mark Grace best seat in the house. And then finally, we did pull our case, or our box hit. And this is what you call the prize, which was, and of course, this is just the base phone card, but it's for the 1980 All-Star Game. And you get 3 units of long distance. That's all expired now, so you can't do it anymore. But that's it. Pretty base opening, and I do apologize for the technical difficulty. I'm hoping that my new phone won't have the problems that this one does. But that's it. Hope you enjoy this. If you do, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notify bell. You get notified when I put up more videos, because I do put up at least one a day. Sometimes I do put up more than one, just to mix it up, just to show off a little bit, I guess. So make sure to join the channel, and if you like these videos, hit the thumbs up, and any comments I appreciate putting in the comment section below. I appreciate the time you take to watch these videos. I love doing them, and I love sharing, and I hope you like it too. So until next time, bye now.